Huh. No music, huh? Oh, yeah, there it is. Shh, crap. Please hold. Ready? Tell me if you hear it. Oh, yeah, you hear this. Tell me you hear that music. Okay. What the hell? Hey! See? I don't remember how to do this. It's been so damn long. What's up, y'all? Should we just replay the whole intro and just start back over? I mean, it's only been like 6 minutes, right? Filipino reefer can go back into water changes being key. Scooter batteries aren't going to burn down your house. He also said something about a phone battery once, but he didn't produce anything. Shocker. Pun intended. But I do like this asshole. Oh, it is almost like a Stranger Things. Huh. See? Yeah, there's that. All right. So, hello, mother. Oh, hey. It's some people. I hear beeping. I don't know what that was. All right. I'm back. It's, you know what? It's been a minute too, yeah? It's been a long time. Yeah. I don't know if this is going to show up. Let me try this. Ready? See, I don't even remember how to do any of this crap. And that's what sucks. Wrong. That's interesting. No. What if I do... Can you see this while I do this? Yeah, I think you can. Yo! See this? This is GoFundMe. And it's all cut off and stupid. Pour one out for your homie Jake. Because... unfortunately, the reefing hobby, and more importantly, his family, lost that dude. So, I don't care. Just go give $1. Go donate. Get this thing over $100,000. It's sitting at $92,464 right now. And I'll put the link in chat. Okay? Okay, good. We got that settled. Because that kind of bummed me out, right? I mean, come on. The dude is young. 42. That's not okay. I don't need to watch this. This doesn't make any sense to me. I need to watch this. So go, please. Pregnant wife. Early pregnancy. Dude is gone. That's his first kid. And I think it's important that we support somebody who helped the community. Filipino Reef, I'll give you $1. Promise. Please consider donating. Oh yeah, I'm really slacking at this. See, I made this small, so now I can't. The program updated, so now it's kind of big and dumb looking. So It's not as intuitive as it once was, I suppose. So, bam! All right, look at here. This is a Lynn Reef Nerd Care package that I got. And this is awesome. So, check out Reef Nerd Aquatics. Lynn's a local. She's awesome. She's super generous. Actually, they're an XR15 Gen 4 sitting down, or Gen 6, sorry. Sitting downstairs right now. And I'm going to compare it to the Refi Uno 2.0 Pro. That's shipping this week. The Refi Uno 2.0 Pro. The XR15 is $50 more than the Uno. And the Uno is gonna wipe the floor with that XR15. But I want to be able to show that crap. So support Lynn. Lynn's selling some critters. She's also still hooked up with Puddle Aquatics for dry goods, that kind of thing. They still work together. If you need corals and you need them shipped, Lynn is an option. Give her a look. Is this a live thing? Hey, Rob. Welcome back to America. You drank your Lynn package? I find that awkward to say, Rob. Oh, and Peter's talking about my Reef Beef intro. So, unsolicited, I watched the Reef Beef intro, and they keep talking about how they're going to swear on their show. And there must have been a complaint where some kid heard, whatever. So, for the last few episodes, Reef Beef has, at the beginning of their show, mentioned that they swear. And they usually do so in a funny way. I was like, haha, I could do this. Totally unsolicited. I recorded one, sent it, and a couple episodes back, it was the intro for their weekly live stream. That cracked me up. What's up, Lynn? We were just talking about you. Yeah, welcome back, Rob. Oh yeah, you're showing up here, aren't you? That's cool. Thanks, Dad. That's cool of you. Jake had a lot to offer. He was too young. It's ridiculous. Not cool. All right, we can stop talking about that. Am I froze up? No, I'm not froze up. I'm reading. All right. So we can do... I want to get to there's been smack talked about this, right? This is the A8. Look, it looks an awful lot like an XR30, doesn't it? It's freakishly like an XR30. Should we just talk about that and forego our customary Instagrammage stuff and stuff? See, look, it's the wrong oh, that's because I copied it. How come I can't add a window anymore? That's what I want to know. That doesn't make sense. Oh yeah, hey, the Skimmer. The Skimmer's awesome. Oh, look. We have spammers. That's fun. How do I block people? Can I just block, put user in timeout, hide user on this channel? I don't want to add that user as moderator. I'll tell you that. Yeah, Lynn, you timed him out. I made him go away. Maybe you beat me to it. Yeah, so we'll come back to this. That's the Smarter Reefs. I'm wearing this. It's right here. I'm wearing... Oh, yeah, hey. So I lost like 20 pounds, and I'm wearing a flight data recorder for my ticker. They just wanted to capture my 2 weeks worth of heart rate stuff just to see if... oh, yeah, it was AFib, right? If I have AFib without me knowing, without my watch knowing. So they gave me this stupid, it's right here. I'm not grabbing my nipple. They gave me this flight data recorder that's totally keeping track of my heart rate. And it's itchy as shit, and I want it gone. Friday? The problem is I don't remember how long I'm supposed to wear it. So I might just take it off on Friday morning just to be done with it. We'll see. If you get a bot, does that mean like you've made it? I think that's what that means. I'm not going to rub it because it'll know. This is a mess back here too. I need to clean up. I'm going to talk about this real quick because I know of two people. What's up, Tyler? I know of two people that have talked about there were a few of those. It's fun when they have to rip it off. No, they don't have to. So it comes with this little flight data recorder remover pad thingy, and you just stick it under it and start wiggling it back and forth, and no ouchies. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about this. So it comes with this is the A8. This is the A plus A8. It is totally Chinese. The app is in Chinese. There may be an English thing, but I haven't found it yet. It comes with this Meanwell driver. It also didn't come with the proper plug. And the dude, I gotta look him up because that's lame that I can't remember his name. Whatever. Went to the hardware store and put the plug on it, so it could be used in America. So it comes with a Meanwell driver. The big thing for me, and this is a point of contention from Real Reefing. Terrence challenged me on this because he doesn't know. Of course he's going to challenge me. Does he have one? No. Has he used it? No. I asked, hey, you have one? He didn't answer. Shocker. So one of the things that I really like about this light is that it has a wear mine for 3 days. Check with the dock office. No, this was 2 weeks, Mom. I can call them, I think. So I don't know what you all were talking about, but I'll take it off with chopsticks. Oh, that's fancy, Bert. Hello. It has a removable power wire. This is a big deal to me. I really like this. I like this because once you mount your lights and you got them all whatevered and you got your wire maintenance all whatevered and everything's looking real nice, to take off an XR30 or a Sky or hell, like all lights, except for whatever this is that's over here that I need to test. They all have their wires. All their wires are connected to lights with whatever, like long wires. So then you gotta, if you want to clean these things, you're not gonna clean the Sky because that thing's stupid. You can't take it apart to clean it well. This thing comes apart with 4 screws, so it's super easy to clean. But if you want to clean them, right, you gotta snake all those wires back out, and that sucks. This has a power connector on the back of it, so you just plug the thing in. Now here's where Big T went astray. Shocker. The plug is shrouded. It covers itself up. His point was, and it's a good point. His point was, if the conductor or whatever, if this connector is exposed to salty whatever air, which is dumb because like all of the Radions until G5 were pulling air from the tank side, whatever, then it could corrode. And apparently AI had a problem with this. Now AI melts lenses, but whatever. But this thing covers itself up. It creates a seal. Like when you push that thing on there, it's legit on there. And it has totally sealed off, dare I say hermetically sealed, the connector. So nothing's going to get in there. Like you could put that underwater and water's not going to get in there. It's that tight. So, bunk. Appreciate the opinion. It's wrong, but that's okay. This thing, oh yeah, here. Whatever. This has a removable, and I don't know why they did this because you don't need this. But the drivers, maybe something for different, whatever. So, I don't know. But I love that the light has a removable power connector. Some wires are longer than others. Yes. Yeah, so it totally looks like a Radeon. So then I plugged it in, and I figured out how to max it out. And what did I say? How many watts in the wattage in the cottage was this? 100 and... Oh, I'm gonna have to put words in the description later because I can't remember. But it was in my post. It pulled. Let's pretend. It pulled 180 watts. During the Ecotech stream, a couple of points here. During the Ecotech stream, Jay from Ecotech, who I've met, who I've had lunch with, and it was nice. I got a tour. He said that this light isn't as powerful as a Radeon. So this light on AB plus ish, because you gotta figure that out. This or Hyper Reef. You talking to is it Night Crew? How come I can't remember anything right now? Oh yeah, Night Crew. Not this. Not this. Look, if you're looking at this, which is damn near 200 watts, 180 watt. If you're looking at this, then just buy the Uno. I mean, I'm going to have that this week so I can speak to it. But the Uno 2 Pro. Uno 2.0 Pro comes out. That's a way more powerful light than a Radeon. Just wait. And it's $450. Which is more than this, but you're going to get a better light, a more powerful light, and a light with English in the app. But anyway. Do you know what dose means? Like 2? So this light, when doing AB+, is 130 watts. My Gen 4 XR30, when doing 80+, is 130 watts. This light, all bars pinned, does not pull 200. If Jay's suggestion, if that's the point he was trying to make, that this light isn't as powerful as an XR30 all bars pegged, yeah, that's cool. But very few people run their XR30s like that. I know some people do, but very few do. So setting this light to AB+, dialing in the spectrum, and comparing that to certainly a Gen 4. And there's no difference between Gen 4, 5, 6. They're all using the same power supplies, and they're all pulling essentially about the same wattage. I'll say this is equal power at spectrum. Right? I'm not mixing that message up to make it right. I'm saying if you run your light like you run your light with some blue and stuff at spectrum, 130 watts, AB+, just like an XR30. So cool here, cool power. I have not put it over my grid and measured par yet, but I will. I'll share that. And they're a little frosted. I don't know that I'll have to pop open lens XR15. These secondary lenses are little round things, and this is frosted. So it'll be interesting to see what a real one looks like. I'm curious of the new one Jim is getting. Are you getting the new one? Zach. Yeah, I played with the Uno 1, and Uno 1 is really violet. Really, really violet. If I were picking between the original Uno and the Duo Extreme or whatever, any of the Duos, I would absolutely pick the Duo. The Uno, like Rob has one. Rob has a bunch of them. What do you got, 2 or 3 of them? And they work really well. It's just I want a little more. I lean European with my light taste, and I want a little more white. So I would have to add white bars, to Uno 1 to get them the way I want. But the Duo Extreme was a fantastic light and gave me the kind of light that I like. Now, if you're a bluehead and you dig that, the original Uno is awesome. But the Uno 2 is a completely different light. Certainly a way different spectrum, way more power. Yeah, I'm going to get a 2. Well, my 2, I already pre-ordered 2, so it's coming. The other point that Jay made was that there are parts inside of this unit that don't do anything. I didn't see that. I don't know what the hell he's talking about, other than where, let's see. If these buttons do things, and I think they do, maybe they don't, but whatever. They plug into the light panel, just like a Radeon does. And then the Radeon itself has 2 connectors, one here and one here. This thing only has 1 connector, and then it has just this portion of the board that overhangs as if it would plug into the board, but it does not. He said that Jay said they did a really good job of copying this light. The internals look completely different, so I don't know what the hell he's talking about there. Other than dude is repping Ecotech. He has to address this light because it looks so similar. I mean, it's got a regular old computer fan in it. He made that point that the fan's different. Cool point. But with lights like the Uno 2, I mean, yes, if you want a Radeon looking thing, if you want an XR30, you want to set and forget with the app and you don't want any support, here's an option. If you want a better light with a 3-year warranty, and we'll talk about that thing next week maybe when it shows up. If you want a more powerful light, a light that gives you certainly more spectrum options, a light that'll give you a way better spectrum than an XR30. I'm sorry, it's a more complete, I don't want to say better, a more complete spectrum than an XR30. Refi. Still. 3-year warranty. You don't have to beg Ecotech after your 1-year warranty to have them fix something. You got 3 years with Refi. Zach's got 2 Gen 1, right? Yeah. And Rob's got 3. They're very powerful little lights. Very powerful little lights. They put out as much power as a Duo Extreme in a smaller form factor. Those Gen 1 Unos, Refi's doing some interesting things. And it gives you the freedom to adjust the spectrum and still match the output of lights costing double. And it's got better warranty. Brandon, the Refi is the Uno 2 Pro. Pre-order. Do they cover? Nobody's going to cover water damage. But water damage doesn't need to be the end of the light. I have an XR30, a Gen 4 XR30 that totally went in the tank. And I took it all apart and sprayed it down with isopropyl alcohol. Then I still need to come and pick up a light from you, I believe. And it works just fine. As long as you get all that salt off of there, you're good to go. Yeah, this particular light is the A8 from, this may have come from aquariumlowcost.com. I took that thing apart. I took the A8 apart. Took some macro shots of the diodes. Need to send that off to get them identified. Took some spectrum shots. Like I said, I still need to do the PAR map to better understand what kind of oomph it's got. But whatever. There was a whole lot of questions when this light came out. I need to look up dude. I don't remember his name, and that sucks. I'll leave it in the comments because I'm not going to be able to get. Well, maybe I will. Please hold. I tagged him. Nick. I'm an idiot. Why can't I remember that? Nick. Actually, Nick's breakfast joint is my grandmother's old breakfast joint in Brooksville, Florida, which was badass because he posted about it. I was like, oh hell, I know that place. So Nick was super cool. He hooked me up. It was kind of easy to figure out using Google Translate. Where the hell is my iPad? Yeah, it worked pretty well. Questions? Whatever. It's not a copy of the Radeon, but it sure looks like it. I didn't count the diodes. I don't know if it's the same number of diodes. Sorry, reading. Pretty psyched about those Reef eyes. Okay, the Skimmer. The Skimmer. Look, I don't have big Skimmer experience. None. James is smarter Reef. He's like, you want to try this? I'm like, yeah. Well, first he's like, do you have a Skimmer for the new tank? I'm like, yep. Do you want to try this? I said, do you have a link? And then I watched Richard Aficionado. I watched this video from maybe Rap, maybe maybe Rap, probably Rap. And I was like, well, that's intriguing. So I hit up Richard. Or I hit up, actually, I did hit up Richard. I'm like, thoughts? What you got? What do you got? And he said, pretty cool. I was like, thank you. So I went back to James. I was like, yes, sir. Want to try? And he sent it to me. I have zero complaints. Like I said, I don't have any big Skimmer experience. This thing just makes sense to me. I don't want to do that, do I? I want to do this. Can I do this? And it just works. So that's cool. I think that's cool. The roller picks up all the goo. I have taken the roller out once and cleaned it. What's up, Sebastian? And I like it. It works. Lynn. See, I already talked about Lynn once, but I'll talk about Lynn again. Lynn sells pods, and Lynn's got lots of pods, and I need to go get some more. I dig these little critters. I dropped them in the tub. There's the tub. Tub's still kicking. The tub had some dinos, and they pissed me off, so I nuked them. But their stuff's still in there, still alive. How did you clean the roll? I didn't clean the roll, Phil. I pulled the roll out and then cleaned the chamber. But James is working on a... Thank you, Mother. James is working on a solution for cleaning the roll. So I'm nowhere near replacing that roll. I'm moving 5 centimeters a day. When it's time to clean that roll, I have an idea, and it just comes down to re-spooling it. We'll see what James has to offer. If not, I'm probably going to work on it. Is the Reef Nerd website working? Hey, Lynn, you still here? Sebastian, we talked about it. Play back and watch. This is a pretty cool little light. I would still buy the Reef Eye. Like, if I was going to buy, I already have a Sky, 2 XR30 Gen 4s, a whole bunch of older XR30s. Lynn's using 2 or 3 of them right now. I can't remember how many I gave her. And then I have all the other ones, right, that I play with. If I was buying... and the GHL Metris. I like the way they look. But I think if I had no lights right now... Well, no. Let's wait until they show up. Well, let's wait until it shows up. Wait until the Uno shows up. But it's hard to beat that price for as powerful as that light is. Well, let's play with it first before I make that call. Right? Gas is going to get more expensive in California. Shocker. Battery backup stuff. Yeah, like it's this simple. I offered I owed a schematic for Big Red. So that's it. It's over on Instagram. If you need me to send this to you, hit me up. And I can do that. But this is the Big Red schematic. Which is still working, by the way. Pour one out for your homie, Sanibel. Gulp, gulp, V2. I like that. This is the Lighthouse Cafe at Sanibel. Big fan of Sanibel. My kid and grandson have been going to Sanibel Sea School for quite a while now. Almost 10 years. And I'm psyched for Sanibel to open back up for tourism. We as a family have offered Sanibel Sea School. We'll jump in the RV. We'll come down. I'll figure out how to work from home, whatever. Figure out how to help all of them. Oh yeah, this is the shim. The shim. Wow. Help rebuild. Help clean up. Help do something. Because I like eating breakfast there. Go help. Oh, I've been doing a lot of this. I'm testing bottled bacteria. If you didn't already know, I'm testing bottled bacteria. I have tested one product. The second product went in the mail. And I will eventually share the results. I got one result back, and it was very interesting. So I'm looking forward to more of these. Cleaned up the motorhome a little. I got to work on that. The boys' new computer, got that working. Live stream. I thought this was interesting. ICP Reef Lab. I think that's who it is, right? They're emailing saying, "Yo, it's been a while since you tested for cycling or for maintenance." Mickey's Reef, you're asking. So I'm not going to offer my opinion on what the bacteria will do for you, because that requires a level of testing that I'm not interested in doing. I think if I had a big basement, maybe I would set up several 3, 4, 5 tanks, all sharing the same water, all running for 6 months or so, and then I would completely disconnect them and then start dosing them with different bacteria to see how the tanks reacted. I would treat them exactly the same, but then I would treat them whatever. I'd treat them the same, dose them with different juice. I'm not going to do that. What I will do is share the results, share what I find in the juice. And then maybe the community can run with that data and tell me what they think. Does that make sense? This was somebody who gave me money on PayPal, Sharon, for music. I was like, well, thank you. Is this whole bacteria biome biz a new money grab from BRS? No, it's not a new money grab from BRS. It's an interesting opportunity for a whole bunch of people. Like there's a whole lot of companies out there throwing bacteria at you, bottled bacteria, dry bacteria. Without any supporting data as to why we should do it. And then, of course, what do we do as hobbyists? We're like, oh, hell yeah, that's new shit. I'm going to do that. That's how we do it. Hey, Filipino Reefer, here's your you're burning up. You're burning your batteries up. So I think it's a money grab for. It's a potential money grab for everybody who's selling it without providing data that explains why we should do it. Right? There's that one dude, that ecologist dude. He's not a microbiologist. He's a I think degreed ecologist. What's that bacteria, that bottled stuff, that non-sulfur purple something something. You stopped Dr. Tim's a while back. Oh, I mean, I took down the whole tank, Jeremy. So I still have all that stuff. I decided with the new tank to go as natural as possible, using somewhat verified live sand. Yeah, PNS. Thanks, Zach. I can always rely on you, Zach. Thank you. Yeah, PNS. So PNS will. One of their sales pitches is that they tell you what's in the bottle, the bacteria that's in a bottle. I'm going to confirm that. But they use that as a negative, saying that other companies don't tell you what's in the bottle. I'll tell you when I get results. But PNS hasn't shared data telling me, showing me. He just uses words, right? And typed whatever that tells us. He's telling us what it is without showing us what it is. And then he's also telling us what it is without telling us what the benefit is. Like, what's the benefit of adding his product? And where is the data to support that benefit? And that's universal. That's how I feel about all bacteria in a bottle people, is do this for this, but then they don't give you the supporting data that proves their point. Whatever. I think it may be interesting. Your diversity score will go way down, and that's something that I saw. That's something that Reef Bum saw. So us three, which is not a large data set, we three saw a drop in diversity when we were dosing bacteria. My hypothesis is there's bacteria in those bottles that are way more powerful than the bacteria that was once in my tank. And that more powerful junk in that bottle killed the other bacteria, and it went dominant. So nobody provides data that explains why we should dose that stuff. All right, this isn't a Filipino Reefer cell phone batteries catching on fire stuff, but maybe he left. That was a point about what's this one? That's the Pico. This is so cool. For reals. Is that not gonna? Oh yeah, it's playing. That's SpaceX taking off. This is sped up. SpaceX taking off from Kennedy and then landing out in the water. Watch this thing go. Look at that. And then it goes up, throws out the second stage, turns around, comes back and lands on the boat. What? Get water in the ocean, easy fix. Not an easy fix, dude. I know you like saying things like that, but that's not an easy fix. That's not even close to being an easy fix. That may be an option for you. I don't live on the ocean. Lynn lives on a brackish freaking Chesapeake Bay, and I don't necessarily want to put that water in my tank. How many people in the chat right now live on an ocean and would be comfortable going out in that water and using that in your tank? It's not an easy fix. I've got the Jabo SDW 16. That's a big ass pump. And I like that. Hopefully I get to use these. How long does it take for the see also data that none of us have? How long does it take for the diversity score to get back to normal? Now there's not really a normal, so I'm going to put that out there. There is Aquabiomics provides a typical reef tank next to your results. Oh, chat's moving fast. So there's not really a normal. There's just maybe kind of what they see most often, right? So there's no way to answer that. Now, there's also no data to show how to reverse low diversity. I mean, you can make some assumptions. You could go get live rock, live sand, live rubble. You could go to a reefer's tank, and I've done this because I'm doing with Moki. But you could go to a reefer's tank and you could say, here, soak this media for me. And you could pick up some of their biome and take that media back and seed your tank with it. You could get other rocks from other known, right, other sampled tanks and that kind of thing. But I have no idea to know how long it'll take. That'll be dependent on the tank. That'll be dependent upon the dominant bacteria. That'll be dependent upon so many factors. So Russell, they didn't provide data. So I'm gonna pick on that point a little bit regarding Vibrant. And I'm from the era where it was data is good because data was not plural when I grew up. So I'm old, and that's how I roll. But Vibrant did not provide data to support their position. They paid BRS, maybe, to perform those tests in those several tanks without coral, showing the effectiveness of Vibrant. There wasn't coral in those tanks. There was just fish. Vibrant claimed to be reef safe, but BRS's test didn't have corals in the tank, did it? I saw fish. So there's that. So there's a whole lot of nobody very comfortable using water from the bay or the ocean. So there's 1 mile away, and I wouldn't do it. So far, like 1. Do we even know what least common denominator bacteria types for? No, we don't know. This is all new. It's all new stuff, right? But what I want to know is what's in the bottles. That's it. I want to know what's in the bottles. Now, a whole bunch of people are going to go, well, why is it bad? And I don't know. But now you know what's in there, and you can compare them. And is this one the same as this one? And if so, which one's cheaper? This is going to take a while because I'm only doing like 1 a month. Back in the day, didn't people use to send sand in the mail to each? See, that I like. Like that's, I mean, I've done that. I bought Aquabiomics live sand, and it came with a C of A, a certificate of analysis showing the biodiversity of the sand. That makes sense to me. Lynn pointed me towards some KP Aquatics live rock that's local, but it had been in the tank for a year. And I have no idea what that person has done with that tank, that kind of thing, that water. And I would love to have, like, if that was fresh, if that had just come out of the box from KP, I would have totally done that. But I need to buy my own stuff from KP. It was dirty what BRS said. I saw the video. Yeah, it was. It was like very, I don't know. People just drank that shit up. There was bacteria in Vibrant, because it wasn't a sterile liquid. But what was in Vibrant is the same thing as whatever is in that, whatever the, we got one coming up. I can show it. But yeah, hey, this Jabo. Mm-hmm. After the problem I had with Vibrant, I pretty much stopped using bottle bacteria. That's cool because it wasn't bacteria. It was algicide. I mean, Vibrant killed corals in my tank twice because I didn't want to believe that, I didn't want to believe it was the bottle. So I did it about a year apart, and it killed critters in my tank twice. U.S. done a great job with local ocean. Yeah. Yeah, Busan 77. There it is. Vibrant works. Yeah, here we go. Vibrant works. Get water from the ocean and just do water changes. Oh, and use scooter batteries as your backup. I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to wait for Filipino Reefer to give me good advice. That's what I'm waiting for. I need to have Filipino Reefer on a bad advice episode because we could fill that shit. Unpopular opinion. When you resort to chemical warfare in your tank to solve a perceived problem, don't blame the source for results. Yeah, that's true. That's not a. I don't find that to be unpopular, but like getting a delivery of sand with a hint of velvet. That's why I got sand from Aquabiomics, because they do a sample. They make sure there's nothing funky in there. Or the one I like is you go get media, whatever media, your media of choice, rocks, whatever. Go put that in your friend's sump. If they got a tank like Moki, right? Moki, Lynn, there's a couple other locals that have kick-ass tanks. I could take media to any of them, soak them in their sumps, and bring that back. Preferably several of those tanks. There's fish in them. There's happy corals. There's all sorts of good stuff going on. That's the biome I want. So there's that. What do you think about ChemiClean? ChemiClean is a good thing. On ChemiClean, when used well, you just got to accept that when you use ChemiClean, you're going to whack your biome really hard. It's going to kill bacteria in your tank. I use ChemiClean, but you got to be ready for it. Yeah, Vibrant is not that. Am I going the wrong way? Oh, no. Yeah. So, yeah, more pictures of that skimmer because it's stupid easy to use. This this is the town we go to, very, very near the cabin that we have in Minnesota. It was snowing a few days ago. This is 2 weeks ago. It was snowing in Walker, Minnesota. Yeah, now you're talking something different. Nopox. Nopox is not vinegar and vodka, but the chemical composition is similar to that of vodka. This is fun. So we're growing brain cells, and we're teaching them how to play Pong. That's not scary. Fraybill. Vinny from GHL. Vinny hit me up. He's like, yo, talk to me about Fraybill. And I talked to him, and he set up 2 Fraybills in parallel to support his backup, and they're working great. All right. So, Worldwide Corals. Long time ago, they did a video with Mr. Saltwater Tank and talking about how they don't screw around with, even this is a little too dark. They don't screw around with colors. This is what I did to their picture, right? So this is more natural. This is, you know damn well that's what the corals look like because I have like some of those. This is the post that they shared. This makes me not want to buy from Worldwide Corals. This is bullshit. So I fixed it. Doesn't it look nicer? I think so. It's bullshit. Oh, what's happening? Wamass, our local meat, had a holy shit, they had so many frags. It was a giveaway. It was the giveaway meet. It was the frag fest, and just tons and tons of coral donated by the club members. And I didn't have a lot of time because the boy and I had to go do a thing, but I ran over and they were nice enough to let me help frag some stuff and take some pictures. And this one I didn't want to cut it up because it was so pretty, so I just put it in a bag and somebody got that. And then we ran up to see some we watched Forge and Fire on Netflix, and dude Vince, who didn't make it to the end but did a nice job, he's a local, so we went up and we hung out, met Vince, and that was cool. And then Jay from the show, he was also there. We needed to run up there, and then my boy drove back home. He was slumming it. Rivian in the water. Oh, this is an interesting test. So, this is related to LEDs and the survivability of LEDs. Some have the position that LEDs will dim or shift their spectrum over time. I say bullshit, because one of those XR30s is brand damn new, and the other XR30 is hella used, and they are all over the place. But on the left-hand side over in the 430, 420, 430 range, where those two have the big dip, that's the brand new light. And it's weird. That's not the spectrum they're supposed to have, but there's variability in the diodes that everybody uses. And I think that's that variability. But notice how I measured the pucks individually to get what the spectrum looks like. But for the most part, they're following the same trends. The two low trends were the brand new light. So whatever. If anything, a light is going to get brighter, but their peaks are still essentially in the same place. So to suggest that diodes will shift or dim over time is bullshit. Unless you're using cheap lights, cheap diodes. Reef Bright uses cheap diodes. Viper Spectra, cheap diodes. AliExpress Popular Grow, cheap diodes. The diodes that I buy from Amazon to change up the spectrum or to replace diodes in Reef Brights, cheap diodes. Those will get dim because they get all weird and crusty. But not good diodes. That's not what they do. Oh yeah, I saw a comment today of a lover of the Reef Bright who says they used the best diodes. Come on, dude. No, that's not the case. But to suggest that diodes shift or dim is bullshit. Chrissy, Top Shelf Aquatics have been playing with their pictures too. Some of the pictures that I've shared prior to that Worldwide Corals, they had fiddled with the colors, and I have expressed my position through both Keith, Reef Bum, and Moki about TSAs fiddling with pictures. It's not cool. It's makeup. We don't need that. The G6 makes the corals pop. The G6 went back to the G4 spectrum. G4 popped. I like that. Trademark. It ain't lighting if it ain't Ecotech. Moki's tank is beautiful. I need to get over there and see that thing. Look at that. That's ridiculous. Remember when he wouldn't grow SPS? Now he can't stop growing SPS. Now he's got to give that shit out. I have a couple of Reef Brights that will burn out LEDs. Yeah, they do. I want to say, and I don't want to blame it on Reef Bright, but I want to say that the position in the hobby that LEDs will last 5 years is just because of Reef Bright. Because you run a Reef Bright for that long, the 470 diodes are going to cook. I have one downstairs that I've not repaired, and every other diode is fried. But it's me, right? It's me saying that. Whatever. Fragfuss was super cool. Was working in the basement. By the way, I got the tank in the house, finally. Tank Addict, old buddy of Moki's and Ben's and mine. I've known Daniel for a while. Daniel checked out of the hobby. He has other things going on in his life. Oh, look how nasty my water bucket is. I cleaned that up, by the way. But Daniel, he's like, come and get this IM20. I was like, hell yeah, get this IM20. You're awesome. Tell me when you want to get back in and I'll hook you up. So now that thing's in my garage, all cleaned up, looking good. I'm happy with that tank. I like that tank. The clowns in the IM20. Look. Whatever. Hydros. I really want hydros to work, and it keeps not working. Talking about how Fish a Hex got rid of his Ecotex, and Night Crew sent him a bunch of lights, worth noting. And now he's going through a series of installations, configurations. I dig the 3D printed mounted thingies that he made. And it's going to be, I'm looking forward to seeing how he tunes those lights, because I've had that Night Crew 100 for a while. So I'm paying attention to what Travis is doing with his 150s. He will absolutely be successful with the Night Crew 150s. No doubt. And I don't think they're going to break. I dropped the Night Crew in the water, and I didn't do anything. I didn't take it apart or nothing. I just shook the water out and let it dry, and it still works. Oh, I figured out how to take all the ads on them. Reef to Reef. I mean MySpace. Oh, I mean Reef to Reef. A8. My tank is not sponsored. No, my tank's not sponsored. Local reefers are better to buy from because the box grow. Local reefers are better to trade with. I'll say that. I'll totally buy from locals, but I also like the opportunity to trade with them, or some of them are super generous. Reef Bright equals Reef Dim. Reef Bright. XHO is not ultra high output. They're super dim, but their spread is amazing. Their spread really is amazing. But that's all I got. Agreed on color correction. Haven't noticed on their pictures. Yeah, it's not all the time. So I don't know who does their pictures, but for a long time, their pictures were spot on. And then something changed, and you could see a lot. See, I'm all about color correction. I'm not about makeup, right? I'm not about blowing the colors out. They were blowing some colors out. Coral View works just fine, right? Those hydros work. Just sometimes they do weird things. Mine works. I like it. It does good things for me. What did it do? They figured out their update problem, but I didn't get any information. I wonder why they had an update problem. The other post was just because Amazon S3 or AWS was down, so you couldn't access your hydros. I don't like that at all. Whatever. James Webb Space Telescope, that's pretty cool. The gadgets do work. And then some of the gadgets that are Hydros compatible, that's why I like Hydros, right? Hydros is super cheap to get in. Yeah, right? To open up that door and to walk into control of a tank, it's really cheap to get going. And then there's devices that are Hydros compatible and not Hydros branded that save you money. In some cases, decent money. Hydros will get their shit together. They just, we didn't get to do this. They just need to slow down. Two things. Slow down. Two, see, I didn't use my middle finger. Don't use fanboys to test your shit. Get skeptics to be your beta testers. Don't get the fanboys, because you're not going to get whatever. I found a bug, but then it's sort of self-corrected, which is super weird. Don't get fanboys to test your shit. Don't get fanboys who are like always pimping Coral View stuff to be your testers. Like, it's cool if they're like their main testers, that's fine. But at least have skeptics in the audience who will challenge the operation of the machine. Yeah, so I have two hydros. a Reef away, I have 2 Hydros power bars, and I have 2 non-Hydros branded power devices. One is a single outlet, and one is a 4-bar or 4-plug outlet, totally compatible. And then I also have a feeder that's not Hydros branded. There are devices out there that will work with Hydros, and they don't need to be Hydros branded. Yeah, like what Rob says. And I'll add a little more to it. It's a great starter system, but it's a gateway controller. So you can start really cheap. I did with Hydros, and I'm still cheap with Hydros. I haven't gone big with it. But you can absolutely expand that out to be whatever you need it to be. Because you can turn it into Neptune or GHL matching for the most part. It's going to take you some money and some time to get there, but does your single plug? No, it doesn't do power monitoring. I don't need that. It was super cheap too. It was like $6. What is the max number of Wi-Fi? It's 8, right? So you can only have 8 Wi-Fi devices. Doesn't matter what they are. You can only have 8 Wi-Fi devices attached to Hydros, because even though they claim like dual core, blah, 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 their communication is slow and it can't handle reliably more than 8 Wi-Fi devices. That needs to be everyone's business module. Don't get fanboys to test your shit. Yes! I'll share that. Yeah, 8 Wi-Fis. Now, any Hydros with that XP8, right? That wired power bar, I'm all about that. Like, I might buy, unless Lynn has already sold it, I might buy Lynn's, because I'm all about wired power bars. And if I'm going to have 2 tanks and some of my sump control out in the garage, I'm going to want the Hydros to have a little more oomph. I'm going to want it paired with the GHL, and I'm also going to have an Apex out there too. I'm all about that redundancy. Yeah, but don't get fanboys to test your stuff. And if you want to maintain a decent name in the hobby, don't get thugs to be your pimps, because that doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, I didn't get to do this thing with Humblefish, but we're trying to reschedule. I pulled the plug on this because of Jake dying. I didn't think it was the right time for me to be me. Filipino Reefer. So, interesting point, but I'm also going to point out that I have GHL, and I have Neptune, I have E-Coral, and I have Hydros. And I also have Reef Keeper, but I don't want to just rely on a single ecosystem. I need to have multiple ecosystems to be comfortable with what I have. This is a little controller for the night crew, and I dig it. I want to hook this up to I want to hook this up to like my GHL mini Wi-Fi, to it 0 to 10 controlled, and control the lights off of that thing if I can, and I should be able to, just to see. But this is a cool little controller for that night crew. It works really well. Aquabiomic stuff, already talked about that. When testing my solar battery backup, the power blipped for a couple of seconds. The battery kicked in. Unfortunately, it took out the cheap power supply. Yep, we talked about that, Phil. Yeah, here's one of the power bars that are totally whatever. E-Coral's using the same thing. It's compatible with Hydros, but it's cheaper. I paid $24 for mine. Did you get that EBA32 fixed? Gymkhana. I watched this, and I was a little disappointed. This is the Audi Gymkhana. Whatever. I like Ken Block stuff. I think it's fun. Jake dead. Sorry, Jake. That sucks. Go donate. Go donate. Go donate. Go donate. This is funny. Here's a little slice of society right here. I go to get some takeout. They forgot something in the order. Went back and got it. And while I'm parked there, this lady comes walking out, gets in her Mazda, and she's complaining that the Volkswagen has parked too close. It's like having fanboys test your shit. Look at that again. Look who parked where. Mm-hmm. This is those Higer blocks that I'm using to cycle everything in my house right now for the most part, or to seed. Yeah, it's fixed. Ordered the meanwhile next time of the spare. Yeah, I've got some of those cheap ones in a bag too. I think I have one coming my way. I think if I really want, and I talked to you about this, Phil, I think if I really wanted to fix the EBA32 in a way that's never going to break again, I would completely remove that stupid ass transformer rectifier that Neptune installed, because it's so cheap and so shitty, and they should be fixing those things for free and they don't. Whatever. I would remove that, and I would just, like I talked about with you, I would just install a socket in the EBA32, and then I would go get any 12-volt wall wart that I know will work for a while and plug that thing into the socket. So I've removed that thing from the inside of the EBA32 because something happens with A832 when it sees a power outage. It spikes, and I don't know why it spikes. Why not just take the opportunity for that spike out of the EBA32 and plug in an additional wall wart to power the 12-volt circuits inside that power bar? I think I'm going to install a socket in the one that's coming to me now as an option for the owner. That way, if the mean well inside, because I have an A32 with a mean well that fried too, and it took out the whole EBA32 because it sent AC voltage into the DC side. I think I want to provide that as an option. So if I take them apart now, I might just install a socket and some wires down to that DC output side and say, you don't have to run with the TR that's on the inside, but whatever. Are you still using solar power for your Reef? Yeah, I am. So more accurately, it's battery power for the Reef, and then the solar recharges the batteries. So during the day, all year, I mean, there's very little sunlight in the winter, but whatever. It does it all year. At some point during the day, it switches over to solar to charge the batteries instead of grid power. And then the tank runs off of solar, runs off battery, until the batteries get too low, and then they'll switch back over to grid to charge the batteries. During the summer, that doesn't happen because there's plenty of sunlight. But yeah, still doing that. Comor, Neptune, Ecotech, GHL, and my tank. Yeah. No nitrate. One of the points of this Higer media is it'll raise nitrates. Nope. Skimmer's still awesome. I pulled it out. I cleaned out that thing. I just stuck it back in and let it go. Seriously, it just makes bubbles and all the goo comes out and it's really nice. Oh yeah, algae fix. Vibrant and algae fix. Boy, ain't that not an odd couple. Is the cheapo 12-volt regulator also dual purpose as a fuse in that case? No, it's not a fuse, Jeremy. It just takes a shit. And then it's... Do I have one? I don't think I do. I have the bean wells. Oh, yeah. I have one. No, it's not a fuse. It's just a super shitty, like $1 TR that they put in there. And they haven't taken responsibility for it. So, wait, can you see? So, this is the transformer rectifier that Neptune uses. This one's fried, but the caps aren't popped. Whatever. Something on here broke. These are the mean wells they use now. And I have seen one EBA32 with one of these broken, like I said. But these are dirt cheap and crap. And they know they're bad, which is why they redesigned it to accept this mean well. Now you can retrofit older EBA32s to accept the mean well. I did a live on that. Not a fuse, just a junk part. All right, what a miss. Yeah, makes sense. Maybe do a video when you decide to add that. Yeah, I'll add the socket. I think it makes just... I would rather just remove the part altogether. Because you can buy some really nice 12-volt power supplies. You can even buy a mean well. Power with like a legit mean well that's not negatively impacted by whatever surge is happening inside an EBA32. Because it's not the power. It's not your house. It's whatever the EBA32 is doing with that AC and then cooking the hell out of a TR. I don't know. Give it a shot, Tyler. Jump in, dude. Just jump right in. Just do it. Buy an all-in-one. You'll need a battery, but you could use just a regular old lead-acid car battery if you wanted to. Buy an all-in-one and play with it, and then it'll start there, and then maybe you'll want some more. Just thinking, if the mean well didn't die and caused the whole thing to die versus just 12-volt regular, no, I mean, that mean well. Something happens to the AC. This is an assumption. I'm assuming that something ain't right inside an EBA32 and it's not suppressing spikes, or it's generating a spike, which it shouldn't do, but whatever. And then it cooks the transformer rectifier. And then I don't know what they charge. $150 to fix that thing? When it was their damn fault to begin with? That's not cool. You got to do the mean well. I mean, if you pull your EBA32 apart and it's got this junk part in it, put the mean well in. Period. You just got to do that. By fixing them, aren't you sending the wrong message to Neptune? Continue making trash? No, by fixing them, I'm not giving Neptune revenue for fixing something that they should fix for free. And then I just talk about it. They know. Hell, I even think I tagged Ryan once. I was in a sassy mood. I was in a Filipino reefer mood. Fall, my favorite. So the Kraken, right? Kraken got people talking about aggregating power. And I was like, why the hell can't I use a computer power supply with like 450 watt, 650 watt, 1,000 watt, 1,500 watt power supply to aggregate my non-mission critical stuff? So I don't have a whole bunch of wall warts for non-mission critical. Mission critical, I want individual power. And then, I can't remember who it was because I'm a dumbass. Zach will remember. Whoever in my Discord shared this thing. I was like, well, that's badass. So I bought one of those off Amazon, and it gives me pinouts for and a power button to turn on the power supply, which I thought was cool. To be able to use an older computer power supply that's got a really nice warranty to power some of my stuff. I'm committed to do it. Do it. I like Will. Will's doing cool things. Will Prowse. Go subscribe to Will Prowse's YouTube channel. Just look up Will Prowse Solar. They didn't switch from Meanwell to the cheap shit. They started with the cheap shit and then went to Meanwell. But what they're not doing, it wasn't Jeff. It was Jeff's link to something else that one of the other Discord people went and found this thing, and then I found it on Amazon. But yeah, it did start with Jeff. Yeah, they started with cheap shit and then went to Meanwell. But then all the people with the EBA 32s that were old, they didn't take care of them. They charge them more to fix that thing when it was their damn fault. What's up, Leisure Lawns? I like that name. That's fun. Ketsum. Oh, I made a Ketsum shirt. It might be as sassy as my I am some people. When I'm referenced in videos sometimes, I'm not, they don't say my name because they scared. That's not why. They don't say my name. So now there's going to be a shirt. They. I'm referred to as some people. Cleaned this stuff up. I cleaned up the old 45. Actually, the missus helped too. Cleaned up the old 45. Cleaned up the old work tank, which is a 15 tall, converted into all-in-one. Cleaned up 2 sumps, and I cleaned up the 93. All of them are spotless, and they're all sitting in storage right now. Yeah, John Kidd. There it is. It was John. Filipino Reefer. I find that a little creepy. Moki talks about the Buckethead all the time. I love that damn thing. Get a Buckethead. If you don't have a Buckethead, Filipino Reefer tried to prove me wrong here, but I have a video showing exactly how I got to this. This cracks me up. Croatian, Jabo. It's actually a Croatian commented, which made me happy. But that's almost a translation. But the true use of Jabo in the Croatian language is he effed, which I find hilarious. My Tesla broke. Womp, womp, womp. I have an appointment on Tuesday. So older Model 3s are known to break their rear camera cable. Whatever. The coax gets pinched or something, and then no more rear camera. So my camera started being intermittent, and I had them come out. They met me at work, actually. Yeah, see? Here is the Model S Fix-It guy, and here's a guy fixing my Model 3. Came to work, installed the recall retrofit to protect the cable, my rear camera cable. And ever since that job, my rear camera hasn't worked. So autopilot's down, nothing's working, the car doesn't see anything. You got to drive it like a regular car. It's just going to run right into people. No cruise control, no nothing. It's just dead in the water. It's dumb. It's a regular car. So I'm going to get that fixed Tuesday. See, here's the guts of this A8, right? Look at that thing. Oh, I need to get the hell off. That's the guts of this. It's nice and clean. And the Wi-Fi works. And it connected really easily and whatever. And it doesn't look anything like an XR30 on the inside. I don't know what the hell Jay was talking about. Oh, yeah. Here's my Ketsum. Team Ketsum. Modeled after, CJ's logo. All the diode layout, the board layout, the A8 is nice looking. That sweet little sealed external plug. The spectrum is reasonable for an AB plus-ish. It looks pretty good. I'm going to tune that a little bit. Go give money to Jake's family. Go. His wife's pregnant. Go. She needs help. Yeah, we talked about Hydros not updating. Talked about bacteria testing. This is the first sample that came back. These are the predominant bacteria stuff. This is family level. Fall. New tank. Bump, bump, bump. Turns out an IM 100 only takes 2 people to carry it. I was able to carry one side, and one of my neighbors carried the other side, and it came right in and worked just fine. I really like that tank. That's a nice looking tank. I gotta get that going. I need to go buy fittings and stuff. Backup power. Weird Caterpillar. Cheap ass now, $30. Rob asked about this. I think it's $32. Cancel. I don't want to report Rob. That wouldn't be cool. Yeah, $32. I paid $25 for it. It's the same as the Reef Breeders Pico Light. I'm not sure if they still sell it, but they sold that thing for $70. But it's actually, $32. Refi Uno shipped, And then I took some pictures of some critters in the 20. And that's it. That's all I got. I think that's all I got. Yeah, that's it. Now what? What do we talk about now? Is that it? Heat, moisture, cheap metal. Yup. Totally sad about Jake. That's not cool. You should not be 42. Your wife pregnant with your first kid and you die. That's not cool. Did you get the IM100? Yes, I did, sir. Yeah, it was 1500. I think it was 1560, something like that, with shipping. Yeah, that was a good deal. I like those little, right? I've never had a nice tank before. This is my first nice tank, so pretty happy with that. All right, I think that's it. It's been a while since I've been on. I think it's been like a month. Couple things in the works. I got a whole bunch of lights to test. So I've got a GHL. This is a loaner. I gotta send it back. I was like, yo, can I borrow this? They're like, yes. So that's a 7204, I think. That's the 4-puck. So I'm going to check that out. I've got a light over here to test. I got the Reef Uno to test. I got Mahina's Quantas in here that I haven't published a test on that yet. I haven't published a test on the ATI Stratton with 1T, by the way, which I really, really liked. And then I need to assemble. I need to get the boy to do some 3D printing for me. But for people who want shimmer, I'm going to quick assemble something to later, Bert, to give people shimmer in a tank when they don't have shimmer, and can do it super cheap. And I got to finish testing the A8. I don't know when the hell I'm going to do all this. And I got to clean up this goddamn craft room because everything behind me is super messy. What's up, Wade? Wade stopped asking if I was going to stream because I stopped streaming. Sorry, Wade. All right. Is that a Lumia 5.1? Zach, what are you asking me? This thing that I have here? This? I don't think so. That's the Shim Wow. Zach, tell me later what you're asking me. All right, I think I'm going to jump. This has been cool. I'm happy to be back. It's been too long. No. No. I'll send you what it is. These are Amazon parts. I gotta get this soldered up. I gotta drill some holes. I was looking at this the other day. All right, y'all. Thanks for hanging out. It looks like the, yeah, dude. I need to, oh, yeah. So, dude who works for me. Oh, shit, there it goes. He ninja kicked this sensor off the wall. And it's made super, look, I'm super disappointed. This is the antenna for this transmitter. This is a temperature and RH transmitter. And the only thing that's holding this antenna in this circuit is a single solder to trace. Like, this isn't glued onto the board. And as soon as this thing hit the floor, that thing popped right off. And that's lame. So I'm disappointed in this company. We've paid them money to give us things. And now I'm disappointed in their quality. But I can fix it. So it's here because I got to fix it. That's what I got going on. I do employ a ninja. And his name is, I'm not going to say. All right, I'm out. All right, y'all. Have a good week. I'm I'm going to try to have a good week. I hope my car gets fixed. My dog's in freaking training for a month, and that's disappointing. So we're one week down. 3 more weeks. I miss that boy. We have 2 dogs. Lucy's here. Leo's in training. It sucks. We want Leo back. He's the friendly of the bunch. All right, that's it. For reals this time. Have a good night. Have a good week. Hope to catch you next week with more info and some data and stuff. And see, you got to have a non-fanboy test your shit. In my case, I employ a ninja to ninja kick shit off the wall to see if it survives. That's how it works. Coral view, you need a ninja. Just saying. All right, Joe. Happy reefing. Be kind, everybody. Thanks. I don't remember how to turn this shit off. There it is. Bye.